in other news today, the United Nations top court is hearing arguments in a case brought against Myanmar for alleged acts of genocide against its Rohingya Muslim minority. Now, in previous hearings, Myanmar had been represented by Aung San Suu Kyi, but she's currently in jail in Myanmar following a coup d'etat last year. So today, it is the junta that imprisoned her that's set to take over her role in the courtroom. And covering proceedings for us today is our correspondent there, Fernande Van Tets, and we can speak to her right now. Fernande, first of all, just tell us a bit about what is happening in the courtroom today.
So today, Myanmar is basically setting out why this court has no jurisdiction. It was very clear in its opening arguments that today we are not looking about whether genocide was committed. That should completely be out of the court's head. They said that the court has no jurisdiction and the case is inadmissible. Now, one of the reasons they have cited for that is the fact that despite this court case being brought by the Gambia in 2019, it is backed by the 57-nation Organization for Islamic Cooperation, which is said to also be bankrolling this suit. And Myanmar is using that to say that is not allowed. Only countries can take other countries to court here. Now, this is, of course, not against individual alleged perpetrators, but a legal determination of state responsibility, and therefore an international organization cannot bring a case. They also said that they were committed to addressing the problems in Rakhine State where the Rohingya minority lives, and that they were implementing provisional measures which were issued by the court in January 2020 to require Myanmar to prevent all genocidal acts against the Rohingya. However, Human Rights Watch and other groups have documented ongoing grave abuses against the more than 600,000 Rohingya who remain in Myanmar, contravening those provisional measures. Now, tomorrow, the Gambia will have a chance to respond. So that is what is happening today.
And there is particular interest in this trial at the moment because, as I mentioned, Fernande, the junta is effectively stepping in to replace Aung San Suu Kyi. What can you tell us about that?
Well, indeed. So the question was who would be leading the delegation today. It was the new Minister for International Cooperation. It's an 8-member delegation, including the Attorney General, because, of course, Aung San Suu Kyi's presence in 2019 as she defended the junta was for some quite controversial. And she is now, as you said, facing her own 150-year jail sentence after that coup that took place last year. Now, this ruling junta has not been recognized by the General Assembly, and rights groups and, of course, also representatives of the parallel civilian national unity government, they were afraid that the fact that this hearing is going forward, that the UN court will hear this case, is something that will provide diplomatic legitimacy to the junta. Now, the ICJ president did allude to that criticism in her opening today. She said that the parties to this case are states, not particular governments. So she did allude to that point. The wheels of justice are continuing to turn, albeit very, very slowly. This will take months to reach a decision on the preliminary hearings and years until we know what the outcome of this case will be, if we get to substantial hearings at all.
Fernande Van Tets, live for us in Amsterdam. Thanks very much indeed for your reporting today.